Greenwood Training. VEECs, the importance to your business. In 2001, the federal government created a program to incentivise the shift to renewable energy by 2030 and reduce CO2 emissions. Most solar incentives are in the form of renewable energy certificates that are earned by solar installations and then traded in an open market. The value of the certificates is created through the imbalance of the supply of these renewable energy certificates created by solar installations and the demand. The demand comes from large energy consumers who need to offset a certain percentage of their consumption through non-fossil fuel means. In other words, commercial solar. For installations in Victoria, there are a number of additional incentives offered, such as VEECs. So we have this STC, the Small Scale Technology Certificate. One certificate per megawatt hour calculated, usually offered as a point of sale discount for systems up to 100 kilowatt, and it relates to a reduction in CO2. Now, STCs are issued with qualifying solar power systems and solar panels and can be redeemed for a dollar value that is deducted from the cost of the solar system. The value of an STC at any one time depends on market conditions. Now, with LGCs, large-scale generated certificates, one certificate per megawatt hour actually produced. It's offered as an income stream for systems greater than 100 kilowatt. It's all based on data readings of the actual renewable power generated by the power station. And they're created on a yearly, quarterly or monthly basis throughout the lifetime of the station until the RET ends in 2030. VEECs, Victorian Energy Efficiency Credits. It's one certificate per model tonne of CO2, usually offered on systems greater than 100 kilowatt and purely a Victorian scheme. Now, once created, certificates can be sold to energy retailers who have a liability under the program to surrender a certain number of certificates each year. At the end of the day, your out-of-pocket expenses for a system under the VEECs program is less than LGCs. Now, what are VEECs? They're actual electronic certificates, and they're created when certain energy efficiency activities are undertaken in residential or non-residential premises. Each certificate represents 1 tonne of greenhouse gas emissions reduction. Once created, certificates can be sold to energy retailers who have a liability under the program to surrender a certain number of certificates each year. The VEU, the Victorian Energy Upgrade Program, is a market-based scheme. Its goal is to incentivise efficient use of resources and efficient use of appliances, to reduce electricity and gas consumption from fossil fuel sources, and to reduce overall emissions of CO2. Traditionally, commercial solar proposals over 100 kilowatt are offered with LGCs. The system owner receives an income flow based on the actual production of the solar system under consideration. Now, all electricity generated from the date your system receives accreditation approval by the Clean Energy Regulator and meets electricity demand, either used on-site, fed into a storage device, or exported to the electricity grid, is eligible to claim LGCs. VEECs can be offered with any size PV system, but usually over 100 kilowatt. It is purely based on energy consumed on site. Any excess solar exported to the grid is not taken into consideration with VEECs. Now, if your building is a new build, it's ineligible. You need at least 24 months of interval data to be analysed. The number of VEECs that a given activity is able to create depends on the amount of greenhouse gas emissions reduction the activity will cause, as provided for in the Victorian Energy Updates Specs 2018 for deemed activities, and the Victorian Energy Efficiency Target Project-Based Activities Regs of 2017 for activities undertaken using project-based activity methods such as commercial solar. Some of the main differences between LGCs and VEECs are the following. LGCs are based on solar produced. So are VEECs. But LGCs are based on solar produced regardless of where it goes. In other words, is it servicing the load, goes out to the grid, or goes into storage? VEECs, on the other hand, is simply what is consumed on site. There are no VEECs for export at all. To qualify for VEECs, the following has to occur. An accredited energy efficiency practitioner submits a scoping and project plan. The scoping plan is then approved and the installation of the commercial solar system commences. There are many abatement methods or prescribed activities in the VEU program. Undertaking project-based activities, PBAs, using measurement and verification is an eligible prescribed activity under the PBA regulations. After the installation has been completed, have to measure the impact on site. The impact report is finalised and submitted. The Commission approves, the VEECs are created and registered. Let's assume we're looking at a project size of 225 kilowatts of solar. Now, if offering is an LGC proposition, the cost to the customer is $300,000, excluding GST, minus $40,000, but this is received over a 9-year period. Now, if offering is a VEECs proposition, cost to customer is $300,000 ex GST, minus $60,000 paid in approximately 18 months. Not even taking the time value of money into account, the difference is $20,000. So in this table, we've got a comparison between STCs, LGCs, and VEECs. So when are they generated? With STCs, it's upon installation for the first 99 kilowatts. What about LGCs? Every year until 2030. But with VEECs, it's approximately 18 months after installation. Who claims them and how? With the STCs, we do, and we offer it as a point of sale discount. With LGCs, it's your business that makes the claim and you sell to a broker at the time of claiming. We, of course, assist you doing that. With VEECs, it's your business again and sold to broker at the time of claiming. A similar process, but much shorter. Certificates. STCs, 1 certificate per megawatt hour calculated PV generation up to the year 2030. LGCs, it's a measured PV generation up to 2030. And VEECs, it's 1 certificate per modelled tonne of CO2 equivalent emissions abated by solar, again up to 2030. Now with the current certificate price, STCs are at this point in time at $37, LGCs at $32, and VEECs are at $74. Now what about risks and considerations? With STCs, none. This is simple to claim, will be processed by us. With LGCs, it's an LGC spot price when generated subject to market fluctuations. And with VEECs, again, a spot price when generated, measurement and verification process. Now, the estimated value to your business for this 225 kilowatt system. For the STC part, it's $39,618, and this is offered as a point of sale discount off the price. With LGCs, it's $40,000 over 9 years, received across 9 annual payments of $3,000 to $7,000 each year until 2030. With VEECs though, subtract $64,000 and this is received in a lump sum payment approximately 18 months after install. Going forward with this project, we come to site and do an assessment. We gather up all the available interval data and we present a project scope and management plan. Let us work out the best incentive for you. Talk to us.